all you're doing is standing right by it. Are we recording? Sure. All right,
so the first thing you do when you first walk in is do what?
Introduce yourself to the examiner. And then he's going to assign you your seat. Your client's going to sit down where he's supposed to sit, and you're going to stand by your station. All right? Now they're going to read the opening procedure. Go ahead, read it.
The barber practical examination. This examination is approximately 1.5 hours long. Each procedure is given a specific time allotment. This procedure will be demonstrated on a live model. The examiner will provide verbal instructions prior to the demonstration of each procedure. It is expected that safety and infection control will be practiced throughout the entire course of this examination. The passing score for the barber practical examination is line preparation, which is 10 minutes. Please set up your workstation with supplies that will be used throughout your examination, as well as hair cutting supplies. If room permits, all supplies may be set out. Otherwise, supplies should remain in your bag until they're needed to perform each procedure. You will also prepare, seat, and drape your model for further procedures. The use of cell phones is unallowable. Therefore, if you have a cell phone with you, please turn off your remote at this time. Throughout the entire examination. When you are finished, please step back and quietly wait for further instructions.
All right. Now, I come over to my station. The first thing I want to pull out, all right, before anything, is my dirty or my trash bag, all right? The reason why you want this first is because the moment I'm done wiping the counter and wiping the chair, I need somewhere to throw my wipe, all right? Now, I grab my disinfectant wipes, all right?
Are they not fixed that for you already?
No, Tina must do it. All right, so now we have our wipes, all right? You're gonna wipe the counter thoroughly, all right? Then we'll go ahead and wipe the whole entire chair, all right? Everything. Same way we do with the barber side, just this time using the disinfectant wipes, all right? I don't know if they're gonna focus so much on the base, but that's what I will do the base, all right?
So you don't do the back of the chair first, then the front of the chair?
Is that going to be the list that they're going to be checking off?
What?
The same exact list?
What you mean?
That list that you gave us.
Something similar to that. All right. All right. Everything is white. Now that everything is white, I'm gonna leave this out here. Right. So one of the items is our disinfectant wipes. Next, if I have my clean towels, if room permits, I go ahead and put that on the counter. All right. We have our dirty and clean container. Our paper towels. Talcum powder, clipper side. Clipper oil. Sure, I gotta double check. He said hand sanitizer is good. All right. So we have our hand sanitizer. Boom. Wash my hands. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead, grab my cape. Now we have our cape. Make sure it does not touch the floor. Drape in front. We're not making contact with the skin. We get our neck strips. All right, one neck strip. Mind you, I'm never crossing over his face or in front of him, all right? All right, as per the instructions, they said to sit and drape your model. Once you're done, you're just standing by and waiting for the next procedure.
Hair cutting technique, which is 30 minutes. You will now demonstrate hair cutting techniques. Begin by tapering the nape area of the head using number 1, the lower blade side. Remove the wave line, demonstrating a clipper over comb technique. A guard or comb attachment may be used in this area in addition to this technique if needed. You will then taper from the sideburns up to the temple using the same clipper over comb technique. The top, back, and sides of the head are to be evenly cut, removing at least half an inch of hair, demonstrating the fingers and shear technique. If your model has coarse hair, demonstrate the freehand clipper technique, utilizing pick and fine tuning with shears. Next, use shears to demonstrate arching technique around ears and down the neckline. Then, redrape and shave arched areas using changeable blade straight razor. Finish by using towel wrap procedure and talcum powder to remove loose hair from the face and neck. When you are finished, please step back and quietly wait for further instructions from your examiner. If you have 30 minutes to complete this procedure, remember, you will start the haircut by tapering the neck area. It is your choice to perform the haircut on wet or dry hair. You may now begin.
All right, now I have 30 minutes, all right? Very first thing you want to do is grab your comb, all right? Once you grab your comb, we're going to go ahead and disinfect our comb, all right? Make sure you show that, all right? Combing the hair. Now this comb, my comb remains in my hand. Turn on my masters, making sure we're spraying below the waist, all right? I do not want to get it in nobody's face. Okay, now masters open, all right? Masters open. Put his head down, nape area, right here. Nape area, all right? Now once that's done, we go ahead, turn around, grab our foreguard, making sure we close the clean container every time, all right? Every single time, it must remain closed to avoid any type of contamination, all right? And turn them to the side, all right? 4 all over the top of the head. Now we're done with the 4, all right? Take it off, dirty container. Now we go and grab our 3. 3 guard. Should be right at the crown area, where it naturally comes off the head. Turning, making sure we're showing that we can control the hair by combing it back down and manipulating our guards, which is what we're doing right now, all right? By the time I get over to the right side of his head, this is where I'm going to take off my 3 guard, put it in a dirty container, and get my 2. Now when I get my 2 guard, I'm going to start below my 3, all right? If you remember the comb technique, our 4 is on top, 3 area, 2 area, all right? Go all the way around the head. Once I make it to the left side of his head now, that's when I'll switch to my 1 guard. You understand? We're working efficiently. This is how you make sure you get it done in the right amount of time, all right? Once I make it over here, take them off. Dirty container, all right? Now we grab our 1. Our 1, like I said, use the comb. That's your 3. That's your 2. Your 1 is a little bit in front of the ear and mainly behind the ear, all the way around the head. All the way around the head. All right, making sure we're moving the chair, staying in one place, all right? We do not move around during this. All right, once I make it back to the right side of his head, I'm gonna take him off and get my 0 guard. Now the 0 guard is not really going to touch anything on the sides. Only the 1 will, all right? So my 0 guard is going to be from the occipital down to about where we started with the masters open at the nape, all right? Once we do that, take off our 0. Right? Back at the nape, if you want a little fine tuning, you can, all right? Boom. Now we're done with that, all right? Now we go ahead, do a little bit of clipper over comb, okay? So if you do have some weight lines anywhere, you go ahead and pick any one of those lines, pick up the hair, cut across your comb, make sure you comb the hair back into place. That's one time. Turn the chair. Comb the hair down, pick it up, cut across, comb the hair back down. Turn them again. Comb the hair down, pick the hair up, cut across, comb it back down. All right? Once I get to that side, I am done with my masters. Now I'm keeping the comb in my hand. I'm gonna go ahead, wipe off my masters, wipe.
They're gonna be ready, right? Yeah.
Spray and wipe. All right, now we're done with our masters.
No brush.
All right, at this point, you can grab your regular cutting shears. Regular cutting shears. And we're gonna disinfect. And then we're gonna wipe. Okay? First thing, if you have long hair on the top, I will go ahead and do that. Let's do our finger over shear technique. They want to see the movement of the comb, okay? Transferring over, you're gonna keep your shears at a vertical, your comb at a horizontal, pick up the hair, place your fingers underneath, pinch the hair, put the comb over to the other hand, and then go ahead and cut. All right? Once that's done, now we can go ahead and perform shear over comb 3 times. All right? Same concept as the clipper over comb. Comb the hair down, pick it up, cut across. Comb the hair back down so you can see what you just did. Turn them, comb the hair down, pick it up, cut, comb the hair back down. Turn them again. Comb the hair down, pick it up, cut, comb it back down. Once that is done, all right, now I can arch around the ears and down the neckline. So first I'm gonna move the ear out the way, cut all the way around the ear, make sure I move it down, come down the neckline. All right? If he has enough hair, cut across. Okay? Now we come back over here. In the front of the ear, with this technique, you definitely want to keep the shears open. Make sure we have a nice placement on the head where we're not bringing any type of harm to them, and then go ahead and close it, okay? Now that that's done, our arching technique, all right? Now I'm done with my cutting shears. So the first thing I'm gonna do is wipe off any excess hair off my shears. All right, throw that in the trash. Spray, and then wipe again. All right, now this goes in the dirty container. Next, I grab my thinning shears. I go ahead and disinfect. Then I go ahead and wipe. After we wipe, we go ahead, turn them one direction, and we perform shear over comb again, okay? Combing the hair down, picking it up, cutting across, combing back down. Tina, please, don't do that. Comb the hair down, pick it up, cut across, comb it back down. Comb the hair down, pick it up, cut across, comb back down. All right? Now I'm done with my thinning shears. I'm gonna go ahead once again, wipe, spray. Sorry. We want to make sure we're spraying below the waist, okay? They're gonna hit you on that if you
Why are
spray
you
any higher.
spraying thinning shears after you use them?
They have hair on it. You have to disinfect everything after you're done using
We
it.
just put it in the dirty container.
You have to disinfect it before doing that.
It's sterile too.
Marcus, that's not a shout out. Alright, now that we're done with that, we go ahead, wipe off our comb, wipe, spray, wipe. Alright, now this goes in our dirty container. Now that we're at this point, we go ahead, make a PST hand wrap. Please, this is very important, pay attention. Alright, PST hand wrap. Alright, at this point, you're going to remove any excess hair. Any excess hair off of him, okay? Throw that one out.
And this is
This
the
is
facial-
a neck shave drape.
Neck shave drape.
Now, I'm going to go ahead, put some shaving cream on my finger, put it in the front half of the C, in front of the ear, and behind the ear, down the neckline, alright? And across the neckline. If anybody remembers, I told you, you must shave all the way to that bone. Anybody remember that? That first bone. You want to when you're on the left side of the head, you want to stretch the skin, hit the back end of the razor, and come down. Don't worry, we have the video. Okay, once you do that, wipe. Front half, stretch. Come down. Stretch. Come down.
Oh, we got to do it all the way around the ear?
Stretch. Come down.
I didn't know we had to do it all the way around the ear.
Okay?
I thought it was just the neck.
You can come down, or right here, you're supposed to do the backhand if anybody feels comfortable doing this, okay? If you do not, try to find a position where you can at least do it like this, alright?
You can't move though.
No, you move the chair.
So I lost points to move it.
I don't know exactly, bro, but I was told to stay in one position, okay? Only time you can really move is on the left, when you move it to the left or the right side when you're doing the razor shave. See how I'm stretching? I'm making sure I'm stretching the skin and following, staying right in front of my thumb. I don't want to have a stretched skin over here and shave over here, all right? I do not want to do that because you will cut. Stretching the skin and shaving. Stretch and come down. Stretch. All right, now when we're on the right side of the head, we're going to lead with the front tip of the point. All right, now I'm done with the shave. So the first thing I'm going to shave down. Okay, if you have to, open it back up, turn it the other way, and wrap it again. Wrap it down, use the back of your hand, wrap it over again. Make sure we remove all this extra cream and loose hair, all right? Now at this point, this is done. Go in my dirty towel bag, all right? Now go ahead and remove this, throw it out. Next, a PST hand wrap. All right? And then we're gonna apply alcohol. And then we will apply powder right after. So PST hand wrap. Spray the alcohol. All right, and we're blotting, we're not really rubbing. All right, another separate wrap for our powder, all right?
PST wrap.
PST wrap each time. PST hand wrap, and the proper way to apply powder without blowing on your hands, okay? So we see this, right? Go ahead and let it fall, okay? You don't need a lot of powder. It's just to make it dry, okay? You're gonna finish out every procedure with this. So you see I'm not leaving a lot of powder on him, okay? That is done. Now we can remove the towels. Go in our dirty towel bag, all right? Which is supposed to be there, okay? Then we remove this, and we're ready for our next procedure, all right?
So that completes the
That completes
neck
your
shave.
haircut procedure.